All right, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house is blessing your day. Oh, I had to fix that. By His mercies we are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house has body, and two, we're naturally alive, man. And honestly, man, I want to get into this, man, because I know a lot of people just moralizing the whole Passover thing, man. But I just want to get into how one of the Most High in your house the one that poured into the testimony and the gospel and the new covenant, man. And the witness of how the Most High Yahushua comes in the volume of the book, how Yahushua comes in the volume of the book, man. Because honestly, man, I was so kind of stuck on it. Then all praise the Most High Yahushua, it clicked, man. It's just for me. I speak as a man, of what in Second Ezra 7 about the 400 years with Yahushua, man. But you know. I just want to get into to it, man, because honestly, man, because I know just during the time, let's look at Egypt, shout out to brother Semi Firstborns, the whole thing of Egypt, man, of the whole when we left Egypt, when the Most High House saved us out of Egypt, and the whole Exodus, man. It's more of it was more I had to look at it from more of just a spiritual aspect rather than us being saved from this the Egyptians and slavery. It was that too, but it was just more spiritual than the natural sense, man. Because it's just all of it was a faith too, because the blood on the doorpost, man. Because that was faith too. But if you look at just the whole totality of it, look at it spiritually, man. Because what was Egypt, man? Oppression, man. And what was that? But the Yahushua came to save us through the spiritual Egypt, man. The self oppression, man. Those that are oppressed of the devil, man. Access, man, and sin and death. Honestly, man. So we're gonna look at that a little bit, but yeah, man. Honestly, that's just is what it is right there, man. So yeah, let's get this in Second Ezra real quick, man, because also too, that's why I honestly too, that in Revelation 11, man, this is that's talking about Jerusalem, the spiritual Sodom and Egypt, man. That's talking about Jerusalem. I see why people because me, to a degree, I can still understand that, and I still do understand that sometimes it can be applicable, how people one would say, because this here in America, other places as well will be spiritually Sodom and Egypt, but no, that's actually talking about Jerusalem, because Isaiah 1:10 kind of goes into that, and Ezekiel 16 kind of goes into that, but that's neither here nor there. But let's get it. But I see why that's the case for some. But let's get Second Ezra real quick, man, because this is all dealing with being saved from the captivity of sin and death, man. Um, that's why First Corinthians 15. That's the last enemy. But yeah, let's get this to Second Corinthians chapter. Second Ezra chapter 7 verse 28. For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they shall remain and rejoice with him 400 years. Exactly. So after these years, my son Christ died, and all men that have life. So exactly. So listen, I speak as a man on this because I was thinking, is this 400 years really literal? Literal? No, it's kind of going into what we was talking about earlier, that for that, because what was Egypt representing? Oppression, bondage to what? What Yahushua came give us life from? Sin and death. That's what it's about, man. That's why, the shout out to brother Akor, man. I'll forever love him and appreciate him for saying this. And the brother Elijah Kwame Call, Shalimah, all the brothers send me firstborn, man. You had to read this through the Most High Yahushua's perspective, man. Really, because the whole witness, the whole book is about them. It's important to do that because you'll believe on them as the scripture has said, not just like the brother sent me firstborn said. His firstborn said, "Listen, we point out Yahushua here. No, it's the witness of him. That he pretty much the whole book is about him. I come in the volume of the book so completely, so you know who you're dealing with. Listen, I'm from the end, from the beginning. No, I was here the whole time. So believe on me, like I said, like my word said, because I'm there. So, and that's why Hebrews 11:1 and goes into without faith you can't. It's impossible to believe him, man, or to please him, man. How do we believe on him? Trusting him in every aspect of our lives, spiritually and just a personal life, but also as well, and living according to promise, and also believing on him as the scriptures say, and also as obedience to his instruction, his laws, statutes, commandments, his legislations, his rules. That's just is what it is. Um, um, Yeah, so yeah, exactly. He says, for second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 28, it says, for my son shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they shall remain and rejoice with him 400 years. And after these years, my son Christ or Mashiach dies, and all men that have life. Exactly. So, and that's is what it is. Let's go to Genesis real quick. Those 400 years, because this all ties into let's look at this real quick, man, because it all ties into Yahushua, man. Because you know it was prophesied that we will go into Egypt. And why? And another thing too. Shout out to brother Simon first one, like he said. Why did we go to Egypt? Why did one? It was the Most High Yahshua's will for us to go to Egypt. But let's look at this on a natural, on another aspect, man. Why? Because people say, man, what type of God would put people in slavery? Like, one, throughout history, like, through us as a people, we did it to ourselves, man. We put ourselves in captivity. But this time, it was of the Most High Yahshua's will, because the way he said to Abraham. But what the whole thing was, this is why nobody teaches the way the Most High and Yahushua teaches. They're mastermind, because what he's teaching us the whole time is that you need me. When all aspects of your life, you need me. Like, listen, like Baruch says, listen, it's the same, like, one, you put yourself in there, but the same God that that put you in this captivity, put you in this slavery, can get you out of it, man. Because that's why a lot of people say that, like and also too, man, like people say, oh man, where was he during slavery, or where was he during this? He was on his throne. Him and his son was on their throne, chilling. Because listen, y'all, I told y'all what to do, but y'all decide not to do it. It's similar because me, I work. Pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters, I work with children for 10 years. Listen, like sometimes, like even at the school I'm at now, these high school I'm at now, they are that age. Like, listen, especially even children, just in general, and teenagers. Like, listen, you can give them the game, but if they decide not to do it, then hey, you gonna have to bear that consequences, man. You got to be that's the accountability comes in. Okay, he's gonna have to see y'all. I had to learn the hard way. Like, cause listen, because a lot of people say, oh man, why you let people self-destruct? No, man, you can tell somebody to do something, but at the end of the day, like he said in Sirach 15, if you be willing to be obedient to me, okay. If not, then all right. So that's just neither here nor there when people say that. Like, but that's neither here nor there. But let me say that too, because I get it. Like, but then also you hear that there's coming with that compassion to those who are without. Because a lot of times, especially people in the world and like they don't know the Most High Yahshua. They don't know how they operate as well. So more you got some people in different aspect denominations, like even dealing with the Bible, they still say the same thing. But but that's neither here nor there. But also I was gonna say something as well, but yeah, and here's the thing, like the brother sent me first one said, nobody has a problem with Esau's or these other nations, their law, their justice systems, their rules and regulations. Because listen, nobody has a problem, with the prisoner or precinct, because so like if man can have that, why not the Most High Yahshua? Because y'all had no problem with people going to jail, So why not? Why is it a problem with the Most High Yahshua, the Father, the Heavenly Father having a standard of of something like that of that nature, man, having his own justice system, man, because actually his justice system is better than man's, honestly, so yeah, man, that's just that's neither here nor there, man, because but anyway, man, it says in yeah, because you know what it is too. It's an aspect. Let me say this too before we go ahead. It's the aspect of, okay, I can do what I want and there should be no consequences. But yet y'all don't say, a lot of people. Well, some people do. Some people do say that naturally, like about Esau and all these other nations, their court system, but mainly Esau, because it's probably the one we live on this side of the world, and it kind of is like the most big one. But there's Edomites all across the world, there's different sections of them, but yeah, but Esau or any other of these nations, they don't have a problem with that. But but some people do, okay, I could do what I want and no repercussions, man. But that's where we live in time of really no accountability. So that's just kind of out the window. So so a lot of people even think that way about that. So how much more the Heavenly Father, but anyway, man. It says, Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. It says, and he said unto Abram, I know thee that surely thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. So see, Yeah, this is all like the beginning, man. He tells him, listen. He told Abram or like Abram at the time, Abraham, that listen, we was gonna be in Egypt for 400 years, man. Like um, but let's get John real quick, man, because then it says Second Esdras that Yahushua will be with those for 400 years. What does that 400 years represent, man? That bondage, that oppression. Now his spiritually was oppressed of of your own of not even I said of the devil, but also too of yourself, man. Like that self oppression, man, of sin and death. Like that's what Yahushua can free us from. Like he came to show us that our biggest enemy was ourselves, man. Not Satan, demons, evil spirits, the other nations. No, it was ourselves, man. The Notorious movie said, man, Diddy's character in the Notorious movie said, we can't change the world unless we change ourselves, man. And on the actual spiritual tip, the world of Israel, we can't change that unless we change ourselves. And that's what Yahushua came to teach us. Also, like Michael Jackson said back in the day, man, on his bad album, The Man in the Mirror, man. So that's what it is. So, because at the time, even to this day, man, they was looking for, just a natural king. They wanted a king like David, man, and not realizing, man, that this time, had we like the brother Carmen Call and Shalimar said, had we been rescued out of during the time of the Romans, the natural way, man, we went right back into captivity, man. He came to save us from us, man, save us from ourselves. So. But yeah, man, let's grab this too, because let's get Genesis 15 and 13 again. It says, and he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not there, and they shall serve them, and all that shall afflict them for 400 years. So let's grab this in John real quick, man. 8, because your house shots it all goes into this. John 8 chapter 56. He said, your father, because he was dealing with this. Your father Abraham rejoiced and rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. So let's go back to Second Esdras, man. Just that's having that faith of Abraham, believing in the Most High Yahushua, because Abraham just believed, went off a word. So that's why it said those that be with him in those 400 years be with Yahushua, man. Shoot, all the people that did follow him or the small minute that did, they rejoiced and was glad. Let's get to Second Esdras chapter 7:28 again. It says, for my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they shall remain. They that remain shall rejoice with him 400 years. Exactly, isn't it the same thing as John 8 and 56, man? That's why we had to have the faith of Abraham, because Abraham was rejoicing and glad to see Yahushua, man. Because that's what Yahushua, the testimony of him, the witness, the new covenant, man. Save you from sin and death. Honestly, save you from yourself. So he died so that we can ever have everlasting life. Live how he can, man. Because that's the ultimate enemy, man. Because I was saying this, we say this all the time. Shout out to Brother Sammy Firstborn. When people get mad at least, every October, right? They do NFL, does breast cancer stuff, or they do leukemia, or the whole COVID, or this disease, that disease. It's really not the disease itself that they're mad at. They're mad at death, and that's the ultimate enemy that man can't beat. So let's get this John 8 and 56. It says, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Let's get to Second Esdras chapter 7 verse 28. It says, For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain with him shall rejoice within 400 years. After all these years, my son Christ shall die, and all men have life. So yeah, man, that's it, man. It's 400 years, man. That's representative of that, man. The bondage to sin and death. And that captivity, man, it's not always natural captivity. Let's go to Job 42, because this is the captivity that Yahushua came to save us from, man. Because in the aspect of man, even Job, that's what scriptures for our learning. Because Job, he had to, with the Most High Yahushua teaching him, listen, man, it was that Deuteronomy 6 and 25 righteousness, and that Galatians 2 and 21, that Genesis 15 and 6 righteousness, man. The law like justifying you, but the Most High Yahweh shall justify you, man. The law is good, it's perfect, but like no more, it's really the faith and believing on the Most High Yahweh. Like that's what's greater, man. That's is what it is, man. So that's what justifies you, and that's what Job went through, man, because he thought like, listen, and it's natural, man, because listen, like especially us as humans, like damn, Father, I'm doing all stuff, and like what's going on. So it's natural as a human, but but the Most High Yahweh is teaching. Listen, Job, you kind of you're justifying yourself, but it's really me, like your faith and belief in me that justifies you, man. And that was a captivity, even similar to now, man. Because that's why even nowadays, like if don't get it twisted, man, because I came in this way, I had this mentality, like for y'all probably seen it, those that have been watching this little small channel here, I used to talk about like stuff like that, how the law, statutes, commandments, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now, like looking at from the gospel, the New Testament, not New Testament, New Covenant, like the witness, like the testimonies aspect, man, it's really the Most High Yahweh that justifies, man. So, and that's the caveat, and we still do it to this day. It's like and the law is great, but it's really like the gospel and like the testimony isn't really talked about like that, man. Because why? Like we always talk about, because like you really can't, like even not just us brothers and sisters in the word, just different aspects. Christianity, Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Pentecostal, Mormons. It's not talk about that, because it's not going to be about you, because really the gospel is about the Most High Yahweh. Like so, nobody can boast in esteem, and nobody wants to like. You can't really boast in esteem in that, man. So, but anyway, let's get this. Let's close out on this. And when the Lord turned the captivity of Job, and when he prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. So then like the Most High Yahweh, let's look at that. Say that those that like like when from this like because naturally we are in captivity, but this captivity that he came saying was sin and death, we're going to receive even thousandfold everlasting life, like a kingdom, man. But even the kingdom on this side, the inward kingdom, but the eternal kingdom. But yeah, man, that captivity isn't always just the natural with other nations and things in nature, being under authority of a king or ruler or other nations. Pretty much that captivity as well is like inwardly, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. Much love to y'all, brothers and sisters, man. So peace, cause yeah, gotta go. So yeah, much love to y'all, brothers and sisters, man. May the Most High Yahweh bless y'all abundantly. Seriously, much love, man. I hope, but y'all, like, y'all brothers and sisters, faith, grows, obedience grows, like, also too, knowledge of wisdom and understanding grows, and also too, I hope he blesses everything that y'all got going on in your personal lives, man. Y'all loved ones, man, in the word, outside the word, man. So peace.